Have you ever had that strange realization that days, weeks, even months have passed and you can barely remember how you even got here? Like you drive to work and don't remember the journey, you eat dinner and can't even remember what you had or how it tasted. You live through a week and when Friday comes, you're literally like bewildered and not sure how you got from Monday to Friday. Now that's autopilot, and the scary thing is most of us don't even know that they're doing this and we're living our entire lives in autopilot. By the end of this video, you're not only going to discover the 5 hidden signs that show you're running on autopilot, you're also going to learn how to break free from this. Because autopilot isn't just about being distracted, it's about sleepwalking through your own life, and you're missing the moments that matter and never realizing the cost until it's too late. And I'll give you 3 tools that you can start using today to wake yourself up and start actually enjoying your life again. Hi, I'm Marina Papa, founder of the AP Method, and if you're ready to do life, love, and success in a way that actually gets you results, then this video and this channel is for you. Now, the truth is, autopilot feels safe. It feels efficient. Your brain loves it because it conserves energy. Neuroscience shows us that when you repeat the same behaviors over and over, your brain hardwires them into patterns. That's why you can brush your teeth or drive to work without even thinking about it. But here's the problem: the same mechanism that saves you energy can also steal your life. Because when your brain learns to run your days without you, you stop being conscious. So you stop choosing and you start existing instead of actually living and being intentional and making choices. And this isn't just about routine. Living on autopilot robs you of connection and of the actual experience of living. So you stop noticing your partner's face. You stop hearing your child's laughter. You stop savoring food, conversations, sunsets, moments, and you start living in what psychologists call default mode. Now, default mode isn't presence, it's actual complete absence. So, how do you know if you're on autopilot? Well, let's talk about the 5 signs. The first sign is memory gaps. Have you ever realized you've driven home and can't remember the journey? Or someone asked how your week was and your mind goes completely blank? That's because you're being in autopilot. Your brain is skipping presence and going straight to pattern. Now, the second sign is the Groundhog Day feeling. Every day feels exactly the same. You wake up, go through the motions, and collapse into bed. Rinse, repeat. Now, the details change, but the feeling doesn't. You could copy and paste one week into the next and nothing would look different. You're kind of missing the whole of your life, essentially. Now, the third sign is emotional numbness. You don't feel extreme sadness, but you don't feel joy either. Everything is kind of muted and monotone. You're functioning, but you're not fully alive. The fourth sign is disconnection from values. Now, you're doing things because you have to, not because they mean something to you. You're running errands, attending meetings, ticking boxes, but you don't know if any of it truly matters to you anymore, and you don't maybe even feel like it does. And the fifth sign is time distortion. Now, time flies and drags at the same time. Whole days vanish without you noticing. Then some moments feel unbearably slow. This push-pull of time is what happens when you're not consciously in the driver's seat. Now, here's where it gets a bit confronting, so this might trigger a few people. Now, autopilot feels comfortable because it saves you from having to face yourself. When you're present, you feel the truth, the joy, the sadness, the longing, the discontent, the pain. But when you're on autopilot, you can avoid it. Now, the cost, though, is that you also avoid living and you avoid yourself and experiencing things. I remember when I was working in fact, when I started in sales, in the beginning, I realized one day I was waking up, driving around, kind of giving everything I had, then driving home and collapsing. Now, weeks were passing with nothing but work in between. I wasn't reading, I wasn't seeing my friends, I wasn't exploring, I wasn't even doing self-care, I wasn't creating. I was kind of existing, professionally competent and very good at it, but personally totally absent. And the scary thing was that from the outside, I looked perfectly fine. Inside, I was totally numb and asleep. Now, the science calls this the habit loop. Cue, routine, reward. Your brain loves loops because they save us so much energy. But when every day becomes a loop, you stop questioning whether the loop even makes sense anymore. You can end up living 30 years in a pattern you never consciously chose. So think of it like driving on cruise control. At first, it feels very easy, but if you stay on cruise control forever, you'll miss the turns, the scenery, even the destination, okay? So here's the truth when it comes to all of this. Autopilot is one of the biggest killers of potential, because when you're absent from your own life, opportunities will literally pass you by. You don't notice the chance to pivot, to grow, to connect. You only notice in hindsight, and by then it's usually too late. So how do you break free from this? Now, let me give you 3 tools that you can start using today to reconnect you to being present in your own life. The first tool is the presence interrupt. Now, once an hour or a few times a day, set a timer on your phone or a reminder. When it goes off, just stop. Look around, ask yourself, where am I? What am I doing? How do I feel? Now, it sounds really weird, but most people haven't asked themselves that in years. And this practice snaps you out of autopilot and back into your own body and into your own awareness. Now, I used to journal about this, and your journal prompt is, when I paused today, what did I notice that I'd normally ignore? How did I feel? What came up? The second tool is the value check. Now, take one task you do every day, maybe even answering an email or making dinner or commuting, and ask yourself, does this align with my values? If it does, remind yourself why. If it doesn't, ask, how can I change it or adapt it so it does? Or why am I still doing it? Now, this reframes the mundane into meaningful, or it gives you permission to let go. Now, journaling prompt, which of my daily tasks feel aligned with who I want to be, and which feel like I'm betraying myself? So go through your day and kind of look at what you're doing every single day and then answer these prompts. The third tool is the novelty practice. Your brain wakes up when you do something new. So once a day, you've got to try and break a pattern. Try a different route to work. Eat something you've never tried. Text someone that you've lost touch with. Wear something different that you might not feel 100% comfortable with, but just do it for one day. Tiny novelties shock your brain out of default mode and bring you back into presence. So here's another prompt. What small new thing did I try today, and how did it make me feel? Like, did it make me feel more alive or more present? And listen, if you're thinking, Arena, this all sounds so nice, but my life is just too busy for this, like for novelty and pauses and reflections. And I hear you, but here's the thing, so was I. And if you don't wake yourself up, life certainly will, whether it's through burnout, a crisis, regret, a big mistake, a big mess up. And the question is whether you choose your wake-up call, whether it chooses you, because either way it's coming. So here's what I want you to do. Download the free Core Values workbook. The link is in the description. It will help you reconnect with what truly matters to you. And when you're living by your values, autopilot doesn't stand a chance. And if this message is resonating, pause for a second and hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. This series is really, really important, and you won't want to miss the next few episodes. And also tell me in the comments which of these 5 signs feels the most familiar to you right now. You'll be surprised how many people can actually relate. Autopilot is very seductive. Like, it's really, really just normal. It makes you efficient, but it really steals your aliveness. And the more we do it, the opposite of autopilot isn't chaos. It's like conscious choice. And that's what these tools give you, the ability to choose how you live your life moment by moment. And if you're ready to take this deeper, join the waitlist for the Freedom Formula workshop, where we go through the exact process to break free from default mode and build a life you're actually awake and that really aligns with who you are. And because you're not here to live half asleep, you are not here to look back in 10 years and wonder, why did I not do it? Why did I not live the life I was meant for? You are here to live fully, to be present and achieve great things from a place of choice, and create a life that feels alive. And autopilot is sneaking, but awareness is step 1 in kind of turning that around. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.